get this straight. Are you seriously telling me that these little buggers right here are considered villains?
I keep on telling you this. Yes, they're considered villains.
Roll the titles. Greetings to all, I am ZionKraze and welcome to the Old School Pony Review. I'm your reviewer and today's episode is the Mish Melee. So when I did the movie review originally, I left out two very popular ponies from the original series. Wind Whistler, who I've already talked about with the Crunch the Rock Dog review, and yeah, I should have mentioned her when I did the movie review. And the other pony was Fizzy, who honestly didn't do that much in the movie, and I haven't really talked about her in much detail yet. Well, that's gonna change today because this episode is mostly focused on her. What better way to talk about her? Anyway, let's begin. The episode starts with Fizzy, Wind Whistler, Shady, and Gusty playing a ball game with each other, with Fizzy cheating using her bubble magic. Don't worry, I will explain that. But when she loses control of the ball, it gets lost in a forest and they travel towards an area where Dell dwellers live, who are the forest caretakers who keep the balance in the forest. But while looking for the lost ball, the four ponies stumble down and unintentionally knock over a barrel containing creatures called Frazids. What are these creatures? They are... what's the best way to describe them? Chaotic protoplasmic creatures that change the personality of anyone that touches them. Basically, just think of Discord shrunk down to the size of a parasprite and without his personality. Or his cruelty, for that matter. So Wind Whistler converts into a fun-loving, carefree pony, Gusty becomes a very shy pony who needs to be convinced to help, Shady becomes very bold and is, quite frankly, better here than she has been previously, and Fizzy suddenly becomes a walking, talking thesaurus.
Do not ever call me a thesaurus.
Sorry, love, I could not resist that. And I know what you're thinking. And I know what you're thinking. Hell, get out here.
I don't care. I'm not doing it.
Get your ass out here now.
I get it, Zion. I agree to be your editor, but not your co-host.
There's no one else for me to talk to right here. So get your ass out here and stop being so bloody sheepish.
Okay. At least he didn't say go this time. But Zion, don't they simply change personalities with one another?
Well, it does seem like the characters do swap their characteristics, but if that's true, then where the hell did all the Dell dwellers go from hardworking to fun buddies? They didn't exactly change their personalities with anyone that we can see. I personally believe they just flipped their personalities and simply became the opposite of what they are.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
You're doing it on bloody purpose, aren't you?
Unless I care, I'm not putting the effort in.
I seriously need someone else to talk to on here. Now on to the Frazzles, and I'm repeating the same question that I started with this review. How the hell are these little buggers considered villains? Seriously, the Frazzles are considered as villains. And they don't deserve that label. All they do is just change the personalities of some people. Admittedly, they are a problem, but they're more in the area of pests, like the Fuzzles from the Smurfs.
Don't you mean the Tribbles from Star Trek?
They're the same thing, honestly, and I watched the Smurfs first when I was younger. Admittedly, I haven't watched the original Tribbles one, yet ironically, I've seen the Deep Space Nine one, and I'm getting way off topic here. Now finally onto Fizzy, who went from a silly pony to the intelligent one, and can use a unicorn magic to create bubbles out of air, and is shown to use other liquid types like water and... Okay, I'm avoiding the obvious here. I'm sorry to say this, guys, but Fizzy hasn't really left that much of an impression on me. I know she has her fans, and I will never take that away from anyone. I'm just in the minority here when it comes to her. Apologies to all her fans. Fun fact about this episode. Or should I say, more like fact about the twinkle-eyed ponies that Fizzy is. Aside from the multiple hair-coloured manes, they have twinkle eyes, which are actually gems themselves. Confused? Allow me to explain. Twinkle-eyed ponies were originally blind, used as slaves by a sorcerer called the Jewel Wizard, who kept them down there to dig for gems. The ponies themselves went blind due to being trapped in the cave for so long and would no longer be able to see outside in the daylight. And how were they found? By Applejack! Who was looking for a witch to cure her of her clumsiness. Wait a few years, love, it'll stop in your genes eventually. She found the lair by accident, but of course, and she was captured by the sorcerer, but Applejack was all, screw this, frees all the adopted ponies that were there and kills their abductor by running into his throne accidentally and knocking him down to the center of the earth. Yeah, he's dead. And when Applejack ran into the throne, it shattered into pieces and went to the pony eyes, making them twinkle-eyed ponies. But this is also the same coin that had Wind Whistler not be as bright as she is in the cartoon series. To say this is the official reason is a minor stretch, but hey, I'll accept it. And this is also made in the United Kingdom and not in America. And in the UK comics as well, Fizzy celebrates their version of Bonfire Night, which is called Fizzywig Night. Or is it Fizzwiz Night? Nice to know that even the UK can make simple mistakes as well. Wait, I had a point here that involved Fizzywig.
Who wants that bloody firework?
Oh yeah, Fizzywig Night is about fireworks. Medic!
The writer of this episode was Bruce Fogg. What, no censor? Alright then. And while searching up for Bruce, I have found very little on him. This is a first time for me, and before you ask, it's not this one right here. Trust me, I've checked. From what little I have found, this was his first writing job that he ever did. He also worked on the Potato Head Kids, which was also shown together with My Little Pony. Yeah, something I have failed to mention up until this point. My Little Pony originally aired with some other shows afterwards that were Glow Friends, Moon Dreamers, and Potato Head Kids. Kinda like the Super Mario Super Show. Also continuing on with Bruce, he also wrote for Popeye and Son, Little Clowns of Happy Town, try saying that 5 times fast, New Kids on the Block, yes, they had an animated series as well. And finally, his last known project that is known to the public is Annabell's Wish, which he was a producer as well. The reason why I mention the writers in my reviews and talk about them in better detail is to show that they've gone on further with their careers from writing on this show, like I've mentioned with Linda Wolverton, Jerry Conway, Michael Reeves and Diane Duane. But sadly, not all of them have gone on further with their careers, and Bruce is one of them. But anyway, is this a good episode? You know what? I'm gonna say it right here, yes. I indeed had fun with this episode. I do recommend this episode. So, what's next? You know, I really should actually remember this list so I don't need to get a reminder. Oh, wait, is that the original? Well, finally. I'm ZionKraze, this was acceptable in the 80s, and it's acceptable now.
Gee, but it's a thrill being somebody else, somebody other than me. Instead of being stiff and stern, I'm wild, I'm loose, I'm free.
Gee, but it's a blast being somebody else, someone who's part of a team. I'm working side by side by side, and it's working like a dream. It's fun to behave like someone who is very bold and brave. I never knew it mattered.
Confused? Allow me to explain. They are actually aliens from another planet. Okay, I am not going with that there.